So today, one of the things we got to do is, well, God, these weeds just don't stop coming. Anyway, I've been done using the fertigation pumps for a while, but I just haven't had to irrigate for a while, so out of sight, out of mind. I don't know. That's kind of how it works for me sometimes, but I brought the other pump here. One of the things I got to do is flush them out, or what I like to do is flush them out with water to get all that fertilizer, and because what we use is 32 and 12, it's thiazole basically, and so I clean them out, flush them out with water, and then I run RV antifreeze through them so they can set over the winter without worrying about them freezing and whatnot. So that's basically how I do it. Run fresh water through it, and then I run some RV antifreeze through it. It just kind of keeps raining around here. I don't know how much I haven't even been keeping track lately, to be honest. It just kind of seems like about every night we get something. You know, we've been having pretty good rains. They're still working on the bin. They took the weekend off because they're kind of from a little ways away, but this is basically how far they've gotten on the grain bin so far. How they build grain bins is they use jacks. They build from, I'm gonna echo next to this bin here, but anyway, they build from they put the roof together, or actually they put a couple rings on, and then they built the roof, and then they actually have jacks inside here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but anyway, they'll put a ring on, jack it up, put another ring on, so they kind of build from the bottom up that way, and so that's kind of how they build grain bins. A lot of bolts, so you can see here. Yeah, and then these are called the stiffeners here. These will go up and down. Those bars around there, they call those wind rings, and what that does is kind of help give the bin support so wind doesn't push them in on the side and whatnot. And clear up there, I don't know if you can see these guys right through here, but those are vents, and what those do is when you blow air through, it allows the air to be able to go out the top and stuff. So that's basically how a grain bin works. When they get all done, they'll actually put what they call a drying floor, and that's usually about a half a ring, and what that'll be is, it'll go right about here throughout the whole bin. What that'll do is this bin will actually have two fans, and it'll blow air through that floor, and it'll have a perforated floor, and it'll basically go up through the bin, and that'll help dry the grain. So maybe when they get that all together, I'll show you that too. So nope, that's progress so far, but I mean, stuff, it just stays wet, so hopefully they can get back at it soon. I guess we'll see when they show up here. So so in case you're wondering what this pad right here is for, this is where the dryer is going to sit. And actually right here, they still got to pour all the concrete, where the leg tower and stuff's going to go in. So that's where that's going to be anyway. knows you have trucks. Typical. Oh, the red truck that broke is coming back anyway. So some of the things we've been doing to fill our time lately is getting stuff ready for harvest still. One thing we're doing this year is on our trucks is we're going through all the differentials and we're draining and changing the oil in them, putting full synthetic back in them, and we're also actually changing underneath here, up in there, we're changing basically changing out the tranny fluid, just so we kind of know for ourselves that there is fresh transmission fluid. Our newest trucks are 2007s and they get older from there. We got an 03. The black Pete back there is an 01. So I mean, just making sure that everything's kind of been changed and actually start keeping track maybe of some of that stuff. We always change engine oil at least once a year, if not twice, whether they need it, just depending on which ones get more miles. We got a guy that hauls a lot of the corn for us. We'll usually change his oil twice a year, just depending, like I said, on the miles and whatnot. But yeah, we kind of got our filters, 75 weight 90s going in the differentials and the 50 weights going in the tranny. They were having something wrong here. I heard them beating on it. We get a lot of course, a lot of you from the Midwest know, but if you're from the South States, we get a lot of road salt and crap in the winter time, and that just makes a rusty mess for a lot of this stuff. So over time, that just gets it up in there. This was not jacking up and down very well, so Tom and John was working on that to kind of show you what the inside of these. Once again, this is an 07 truck, but we got two of these gray ones, and one of the things we kind of liked about them, I'm sure some truckers might be like, oh, it's an automatic, but these are actually auto shifts, or ultra shifts, I believe is what you technically call it. And so it's actually a standard 10-speed Eaton Fuller transmission, I believe is right, but it just basically has an automatic shifting mechanism, but it makes it an ultra shift, so it'll actually act like kind of like a automatic transmission. So when you take off, you just hit the gas, and when you want to stop, you hit the brake. And so far they've been holding up nice. We've had these for 3-4 years maybe now, so yeah. But this is Gordon's truck, so we better get out of it before he finds out. So I'm gonna go get the one truck that's actually paid for itself on our operation so far. You're gonna love it. Not sure what his plan is over there. I'm sure it makes sense to him. He's got a box scraper. He's backing up to some bales. Don't ask questions around here. She's a beaut, guys. Oh, holy cow. This might have been a mouse home for the winter. I'm going to take it for a little bit of a drive, warm all the oil up so we can get it nice and warm, so when it drains out you get more of the oil, basically get more of the oil evacuated. At least that's what we do on our farm. We'll change the engine oil and we'll change the differentials and even the tranny fluid like the others, because this one's probably never been changed for quite a while. So that's what we're going to do. Take it for a cruise. changing the fuel filter as well. The only problem is I need to top it off with fuel on these at least, because these don't self-prime. I got to top it off so it doesn't have so much air in the line to get it started. So my problem is the fuel barrel's clear over there. Efficiency? Can't believe it. Diesel, the way a man should smell. Oh, you even found the sticker. Yep. We're legal. Did it run okay? What? Did it run okay? Yeah. So we got all the oil. Changed about every filter we could. The only thing else we're gonna do to it is one airbag, air spring I should say, has been replaced. But then my brother John, I ordered some just now. They're getting kind of rotten looking, so we're gonna replace those. So other than that, well, hopefully she should be ready to go. It's 95 FLD 120 Freightliner.
Left there this morning, and that is running about 30 minutes from my house, and they actually hired me.
We've just been servicing stuff, getting stuff ready to go for harvest. We're doing a lot of oil changes. Well, you basically seen it, everything going on in the shop there. But no, we had our agronomist stop out the other day, and we have a few kind of concerns creeping up in our fields. We've got some, we've never had it before, but we got a few minor areas, he said, of sudden death syndrome in our beans. We've never had that before, but what it is, it just kind of, it's basically the bean just starts shutting down and stuff, and the leaves are kind of turning brown on it. Luckily, it's minor areas, but we're gonna keep watching it. There's nothing you can really do for it, I think, now. But also in our corn, we had some Goss's wilt starting to kind of flare up a little bit. Nothing bad yet. Also had a few signs of southern rust coming in, but it's acting differently. He said the normal is kind of coming in from the bottom, where usually it comes in from the top. So we'll have to gauge that too. That's about the only thing we can manage is southern rust. It's fungus, so you can treat that with fungicide. But the others, Goss's wilt, is more of a, I think, a bacterial, and so you really can't do anything for that. Some corn will just kind of, last year we've had it on some where it just kind of, might have not been last year, but the year before, but it can kind of show up a little bit and just stay there. Sometimes, one year we had it really bad and it just looked like the whole plant turned brown basically. And so maybe next video if I could get out there a little bit more and maybe show you some of the leaves and whatnot. But no, that's what's been going on now lately, guys. Yeah, if you like the video, just please hit like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.